All right, this is E for MarketWizards.com and eMiniWizard.com, reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose. Overnight, we're still looking at the OTF predictive chart, and we're running into the resistance zone, 22 to 18. We had suggested convenient traders use 08 to 05 as your stop zone if you're trying to buy. Lock something ahead of the open, please, if you are played long side. And target, last night we had suggested use 975 for your stop. So if you played overnight and got beat a number of times, lock it up. Just put your mouse away and you guessed wrong. That happens. Anybody did not play that, obviously, as we wake up, free to take these type trades as they come back into perceived support. Range trade for now. And 18 to 22 was last night's resistance, so it still is until it's broken. Okay, here's a 5-minute chart, and I've got this set up a range from the high, and I've set it back to the gap. It's always difficult to figure out what is your range. But at least this way, we get a true range. We get the average true range in this from where we left off at 415 to the overnight high. So this is an important chart for me, and you can see why I suggested that we want to think about this 14, last week's high, as the pivot, but also this big pivot, 12.5. Key idea. So that's going to come into play in the next couple of days as we go over and under. Important chart. Make sure you are paid by this 16 time and price. And I've got 11 and a quarter angel and 18 demon. This was a soft sell overnight. No technical damage done. We've obviously taken out last week's high, so we're going to watch 14 today as a key idea. There's our angels and demons. There's your 18. There's your 11 and a quarter. And the largest thrust, other than the gap idea, the largest thrust is actually down. So I'm going to think neutral. Here's our 5-minute chart. I'm sorry, 10-minute chart. RTH. This is what we had used on Friday. And you remember we had made the call down here, 87, make sure you paid. Let's use this 87, 88 for buy zone. And you can just see how rip-roaring that's turned out with the use of low overnight volume to yet again stretch the caterpillar upside. So it's tough to claim victory for all that. We had talked about that 20 target. So you should have, if you remember that, you should have thought convenient trade, perhaps short side a bit. Better odds for that last night, but no guarantee. So I'm going to take a look at a 2-day right now. I think that's also important. So here's the swing from that 83 low up to the overnight high. And so when I suggested make sure you're paid by this 10.5, 9.5 area, that was partly because of this look, right? Pull back of 2 levels, make sure you're paid. And that would be measured from the low last Friday. And then look at how this stands out right here. We're the buy zone where we talked about the buy zone last Friday. And that was a educated guess. I just felt that this was better odds to buy the deep pullback. And I always think buying support is easier than trying to buy a breakout. Just me and the way I like to look at the market. Anyways, fairly clear the range and where our middle is. And this is why I've said this 01.5, 02 has got to be a very important idea today. And obviously the 05 as well. So I want to keep this chart in mind as the day progresses also. And there's our 5-minute chart. I'd posted this in the room and suggested that this might be a chart of interest for us right now. If the market stalls at this blue line and comes right back down, then you want to jump right back to your 10-minute chart. But until then, let's use the 5 because it's a little bit faster variety and it has not been negated. You know, you can see where we were found support back here at the end of the day, middle of the day on Friday, and then popped up, and bang, and now we've come back and we're still trying to migrate long side. Anybody playing the long side, we said paid for sure, and by 18. Convenient traders, great trade if you took the convenient trade long side. All right, we're going to open up. I'm going to start another video. Hope you had a good pre-market session. If you did, this is a very important chart for us. And here's one more look at a 10-minute, which will be our next variety today. And don't discount news. Okay, news will be very important. So this 05 back here tends to suggest today that that will be very important support for now. Play well, and reminder, name of the game is try to get ourselves 4 to 5 points per contract per day.